Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Victory Drive. This week we got on my good friend Jeremy Baughn came back in studio to record a podcast with me, and he brought along his friend Chris Endicott. Chris Endicott, he works with the E3 Ranch Foundation. He's the Veterans Programs Coordinator, and he does all sorts of really fun, cool shit with E3 Ranch. And they were doing a little bit of hunting. He was doing a little bit of hunting over there with Jeremy Baughn, and got a hold of him. He got off the trail, off the damn Appalachian Trail, I think it was, and got back home and doing some hunting with his foundation operation Second Chance, and Chris was there. So he brought him over to the studio, ripped out a podcast. It was an awesome time. Got to sit down and talk with a Marine this time. So I've had on a lot of Army vets and shit like that, but it was really cool getting in there and talking with a Marine vet and getting to pick his brain about the Marine Corps a little bit. And then obviously we talked about E3 Ranch quite a bit as well. And then just catching up with Jeremy and what he's been up to out there on the Appalachian Trail was just a lot of fun. This podcast is meant to be recorded video as well. Ashley and I have been working our asses off trying to figure out all that stuff. But let me tell you guys, fucking video is a whole nother beast. I am really starting to figure that out, that recording video is not without its growing pains for sure. So we're figuring all that out. Long story short, the SD cards that we got were not the best, I guess. And they got corrupted somehow, and we ended up losing the footage, which is very fucking annoying and disheartening when you're trying to do all this shit. But it is what it is. And on the show, luckily, we still got really good audio, and that's what you guys are all used to anyways, is the audio. But we really meaning to try to get some video out for all you guys. The video with Justin Trees, that did come out pretty well. Just some learning experiences with that as well, but that's up on Patreon right now. So if you guys are interested in watching that, go check out Victory Drive Patreon, and you can watch it there. Unfortunately, this will not be on there, so that sucks. Shame on me for not knowing what I don't know. But anyways, Chris Endicott, very cool story, very cool things he's doing with E3 Ranch. And just hope you guys enjoy the podcast. It's a lot of fun. It's just, like I said, fun getting caught up with Jeremy and also getting to know Chris a little bit and all that good stuff. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoy. And on to the partners of Victory Drive. First and foremost, we got Grizzly Coolers. If you guys are in the market for a cooler, check out Grizzly. They're right down the road in Decorah, Iowa, making some badass coolers and coolers, drinkware, hunting blind, hard side hunting blind, whatever else, just check out Grizzly Coolers if you guys are in the market for that. Christmas is coming up on the way, so check out Grizzly Coolers. Use code WCB at checkout with Grizzly to save some money and support the shows. We also got Black Ovis. Black Ovis is your one-stop shop for all of your outdoor hunting, camping needs. They got everything from footwear to archery supplies to shooting supplies. They got everything you need at blackovis.com. Use code VICTORY at checkout at Black Ovis. And also we got Huntworth Gear. Huntworth Gear is your everyman's camo brand. They make very high quality hunting clothes for everyday average man prices. It's not going to be cheap Walmart shit, but it's not going to be super expensive gear either. It's very well priced for very high quality gear. So if you guys are in the market for some new camo and some new gear, it's starting to get fucking cold in the Midwest. So if you guys are ill-equipped, check out Huntworth Gear. My favorite pattern is Tarnin, and that's what I'm going to be rocking this year. Use code WCB15 at checkout to save some money and support the shows there as well. We also got Mountain Ops. Mountain Ops is an outdoor supplement brand. They have everything from protein powder to creatine to pre-workout to caffeine replacement powder and multivitamins, everything you need to stay healthy, get off your fat ass, do some fucking moving, and check out Mountain Ops. Use code VICTORY at checkout there as well. So with that said, I hope you guys do enjoy the show. It is a lot of fun. Sorry about the video. We are working through those kinks and figuring it out. So that stuff will be coming out soon, real soon. So in the meantime, you guys can check out what you're listening on right now: Spotify, Apple, wherever else you listen to podcasts at. And while you're at it, you can leave a comment on this episode on Spotify. They're doing that now, the comments on episodes and shit. Otherwise, if you're really bored and want to help and, leave me a nice little review, I do really enjoy going on Apple reviews and reading all those. A lot of them are, 99.9% of them are great, very supportive. I really appreciate you guys' support and getting out there and doing all this stuff for me. I'm really trying to, do right for you guys as listeners and, put out some at least half-assed decent quality podcasts and content and all that good shit. So also, if you want to even further support the show, get on Patreon /Victory Drive. I'm pretty sure it's patreon.com/Victory Drive podcast or something like that. Get on Patreon, go to the search tab, the search bar. Fuck me, I'm an idiot. Go in the search bar, type in Victory Drive podcast. You'll see it there. You know the logo. Check it out. I'm trying to do a lot of really fun, cool things in Patreon. And the tiers aren't really that expensive, I don't think. It's $2.24 for the entry tier, and then it's $9.95 for the top tier. Trying to keep it simple. Maybe we'll change those up in the future. But as of right now, that's what we got. And like I said, I got the Justin Trees episode 100 video up on Patreon right now. And I'm slowly but surely putting on the ad-free podcasts, like just the audio versions and all that stuff that have past podcasts and shit. But going forward, I'm going to start doing more and more video stuff, and that's kind of going to be my guinea pig area, if you will. And I'm going to put basically everything on Patreon before it comes out for free everywhere else. So if you guys want to stay tuned, stay up to date, and stay ahead of all the new stuff coming down the pipeline, get on Patreon, support the show, and I greatly appreciate it and all that stuff. So I'm not going to get super long-winded here. I'm trying to keep these intros nice, short, and sweet, and concise so we can get on with the episode. Once again, hope you guys enjoy the show. Welcome Jeremy Baughn and Chris Endicott to Victory Drive.
We're rolling, man.
We're rolling. So, Jeremy Baughn, thank you for coming back.
Yeah, thanks,
Appreciate
man.
it. Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
It's awesome. Yeah. A lot of shit going on with you that we'll get to a little bit. And then Chris Endicott, you brought him with you. So you came up here to hunt with Jeremy with Operation Second Chance, then,
Yep.
right? Okay. How's that been going?
It's been going good, man. So we were here the 2nd through the 10th. Obviously, I'm back because I wasn't able to fill a tag, but got the opportunity to come back up here this weekend and see if we can't make it happen. So, man, it's been a lot of fun. Hunting's been a little rough, but, man, you just can't beat being in Iowa chasing whitetails. So,
Yeah. You've been seeing a lot, though? Like when you were here the 2nd through the 10th?
Man, the 2nd through the 10th was real weird. So we had some rain for a couple days, and then, man, Wednesday and Thursday were just fire. And I thought, and I talked to Jeremy every time I come back. It was like, man, that's going to happen. Yeah. And then it was like a flip of a switch. It shut off. I mean, I was seeing 20, 30 deer, and then it went to 4.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of it really just died off there. And then, again, when we got back up here, and it's been slow. Been real slow. We saw more deer today than we had, so I think that's a good sign for what's to come tomorrow, hopefully. But,
Isn't that funny how the hunt works? It's like one day you'll go out. Like a couple of years ago, I had a season that I went out there first sit, fucking 3 hours in, shot a 140-inch buck. I'm like, dude, I'm the best hunter in the world. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Next year, fuck.
Yeah.
And this year,
it's
get fucked, dude.
People ask you all the time, like, man, how do you do it? And I'm like, dude, it's the one experience once a year, right? It's kind of like golf.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody's like, man, how do you play golf? You suck at it. I'm like, dude, it's that one hit that you have for 18 holes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I could do this for a living.
Yeah, right?
Like I stroked that ball, or made that putt.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I can get good at this. I can do this for a living. So I think the same mindset goes into hunting. You have, and then for most guys that hunt, and have hunted all their life, it's not just the kill.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, me and him have sat in a stand together for the last 2 days. Had some great conversation and just, that time in the blind or the stand or, whatever you're chasing is more what you get out of it than just the kill. So that's what keeps us coming back, especially when, bow hunting is a little different because you're usually by yourself or maybe you got a guy sitting with you. But you have the opportunity to, really just reflect on life and what's going on. Mm-hmm. And for me, that's what it is.
Yep.
I do a lot of reflection in the stand.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's going on in your life or, just gives you time, man, peace and quiet and just that serenity of I can sit here and, I don't have all this extra noise going on.
Yeah. I've said that a lot with other veterans and stuff, especially that I've talked to when they get out of the service and everything else. I'm like, dude, if you just get into hunting, it's like it gives you something to look forward to every year. Mm-hmm. It gives you a nonstop challenge. Even in the off season, there's always something to do. Whether even if you're just hunting food whitetails in the Midwest, you can do food plots if you can, or you can go scouting. There's so much you can do, and you're constantly thinking about it. It's like keeping busy doing something productive like that. I think is really important for guys, especially when they first get out.
100%.
I think so.
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
finding that purpose.
Yeah.
Because that's a big thing with, what I do and what Jeremy does, and obviously you've been there as well, is like, dude, you get out and it's kind of like, what's my purpose? Whether you got out intentionally or you got out non-intentionally, they're still like, even the guys that get out, like, I want to get out. And then they get out and they're like, oh crap, like, man, what do I do now? I was so used to this regulated schedule or this and this.
I'm sure you've seen it. Guys get out and they're like, what are you going to do? I'm like, well, I got the GI Bill. I'll go to college.
Yeah.
And then they don't, or they do, and they're just like, they just spin their wheels and they're like, I don't know what to do. Like, it's almost like having that structure and that strict adherence to be here at this time in this uniform, doing this thing, constantly being told what to do, when to be there, and how to do it kind of thing. And then when you get out and you have freedom, because that's what everyone craves when they're in the military, is like, I want some freedom. That's probably what drove you to BSF, is a little bit of freedom. But it's like, once you get that freedom, it's like, what are you going to do with it?
Well, it's not only that. I think it's so it goes back to the brotherhood of the military service. Your fellow service members and stuff like that. Whether team, platoon, company, whatever it is, right? You guys you served with. So you have that brotherhood, and you get out, and you typically, most people go back to their hometown or where they got out. They stay there. Mm-hmm. So and everybody goes to the Four Winds. So your brotherhood's, it's kind of disbanded. Yeah, you might stay in touch social media wise and stuff, but when we do the events like this and we're able to hunt together, that you bring that brotherhood back. And it's like, even if I didn't know Chris, and you're sitting in a tree stand, you're sitting around the bar and you're telling stories, whatever, dude, it's like you never left.
Yeah.
And that's even if we're sitting in a tree stand, you see see something goofy, whatever it is, or you see some deer and stuff like that. You're sharing that experience and stuff just like you would on a team or whatever. And it brings back that bond, that stuff that you've been missing. And I think it's so crucial. It
really is. I think that's probably number one for sure. That having that team camaraderie and stuff like that. Yep. So I think that's 100%. I do really want to get into, because I don't know much about your background and stuff. So, Chris, if you want to give us a rundown, kind of your background, who you are and all that stuff.
Yeah. So I'm from Southwest Missouri. left high school, went to college, actually in Iowa. Played a year of sports at Graceland University in Iowa, and then moved back home for a little bit, and then joined the Marine Corps. From 2007, I was medically discharged in 2011. Did a deployment to Iraq.
What'd you do in the Marine Corps?
So I was a field MP.
Okay.
So route reconnaissance, convoy security, EOD security.
MP still means military police.
Correct.
The Marine Corps,
yeah,
right? Okay.
Yeah. So the Marine Corps has two different sides to it, or I don't keep up with it much now, but now they're back to like a battalion style basis where when I was in, you had garrison, which was like your cops.
Yeah.
Right? Cops, gate guard, all that stuff, and then you had field side. So the field side was mounted patrols. You'd get attached to grunt units or security details or stuff like that. PSD missions, all that stuff. So, it's a little different world as far as the MP world for what most people think it is. And I was lucky. I really enjoyed it. Loved everybody I served with. So. And was able to, like I said, go to Iraq and do what we needed to do over there and make it back.
How was that, the Iraq deployment?
Man, it was, when I was there in 2009, so it was a little more, you didn't have a lot of your, like, straight-on firefights and stuff like that, but IEDs were, like, obviously a big deal, especially being convoys when you're, running security. We ran 5-vehicle security teams with, 30 to 40 vehicles in the convoy, so your security teams spread out throughout it. So obviously that was our main focus on mission was IEDs. You get some indirect fire and stuff like that, but like in that time frame, the whole firefight day-to-day stuff was kind of gone in Iraq. So it did, I think at that time it was really picking up in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So it was a little different, but still, had to be vigilant and really just.
Well, you're still over there.
Yeah.
Even if it's dying down or not, you never know what's going to kick back up or what's happening, and there's still out there. There's still a lot of people out there trying to kill you, no matter what. Until the day we left, it's like they were trying to.
Yeah, so it was, it was a good deployment for us as a company. We did well. Lost a few guys, but, looking back at it now, man, we were very successful in what we did, and able to come back and keep as many guys coming back as we did was, a big thing. So
yeah, that's tough. I mean, loss is loss, no matter how it is, So, but like Iraq, I never been to Iraq. I've only been to Afghanistan, but so I'm seriously have like no idea how it was over there or nothing like that. But that definitely is one of those things where. Around that time frame, I think we were really starting to aim back into Afghanistan. That's like right towards the time when they were surging back in Afghanistan and stuff. And Iraq kind of was getting forgotten about when it comes to like big military operations, I guess, when it comes to that. So there's a lot of guys just kind of, doing, I don't know. So I guess what I'm getting at is like during that time, did you have like a clear mission set whenever you'd go out and do stuff, or you're still doing like conducting a lot of operations and stuff, or okay?
Yep. So a lot of that time we were either doing like route clearance or route reconnaissance, or we'd be on convoy security. Obviously, we were just securing the supplies to other FOBs or other bases. So the mission set was pretty much the same as it was for guys that had came before me or that had been there before doing the same thing I did.
Okay.
Obviously, the threat was down, but still the threat was there.
Yeah.
So, you obviously had to be on your toes for that. But again, like you said, Afghanistan was really kicking off then. I think that 2010 time frame, maybe 2011 right in there. That could be
that's when I was there.
Off a little bit. It was like the initial invasion of Marja.
Yeah.
And all that. So, like, that's really when the war transitioned to Afghanistan. Hot and heavy, probably, most people will compare Marja to Fallujah, back in the early Iraq War. And that's what you saw the transition happen in that 2010 to 2011 timeframe happen is not really, like, nothing happening in Iraq, but it really, like, slowing down and us trying to, like, transition from there. And most military operations were moving towards Afghanistan.
Yeah, you're fighting a two-war front.
Right, yeah. So you're, there's still things happening in Iraq, right? There were still things going on, but the main focus at that time was pushed more towards Afghanistan and what was going on there.
Yeah, because that's why I went to Afghanistan, is because it's that big surge back in Afghanistan, because shit was really starting to kick off. The Taliban were starting to, regain their composure and stuff, and starting to refit and get really active again. Is that so? I got there 2010. I was there 2010 until 2011. Yeah, and I mean that was like the big surge back in there, right in that time frame. But like Iraq, like I had some friends, like my unit, they were in Iraq. I think it was 05 to 07 was when they were there. Yeah. And so it was a little bit different then.
Yeah,
too,
so it was a lot hotter, and because I served with some guys that were there in 05, 06, so it was a lot hotter there. You still, obviously, the IED threat was still super high. Them doing the same mission set that we were doing, but they also had to deal with the firefights, and stuff like that day to day, depending on, it was very low on that. I mean, most of your threat in the 09, depending on where you were at, but I mean, we were anywhere from Al-Assad to TQ to the South Sinjar.
So a lot of my friends said that you in Iraq you were putting on some fucking miles.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, we'd go from TQ to South Sinjar. I mean, that's throughout the stops, you're talking 6-7 days.
Jeez.
And so you're putting on some miles, but again, your base threat is IEDs.
Well,
or IDF. I mean, IDF was very rare even then. It was big in that 05. Maybe some pop shots from some sniper fire and stuff like that, but it was very,
I mean, you're driving. That's a long way to be driving when the ID throw is still super high.
Oh, yeah, when you're sitting in the gun, it's a long time.
Oh, jeez, I bet.
I don't know if you've ever rode in a gun, but you know how them little saddle seats are.
Yeah.
Like all these saddle hunters that we talk to now. I'm like, man, the only thing I can think about is riding in a Humvee or an MRAP, sitting in the saddle swing in the gun.
How many times did you take a shit in the pit?
Oh.
All the time.
I asked this question because I drove. I was like my squad's driver for the most part whenever we were mounted. But I have my buddy, our gunner. His name is, we call him Nugget. There's one time I remember. He's like, dude, I got fucking shit. I'm like, do not shit in here. He's like, I have to shit so bad. I'm like, fuck. So we ripped open the MRE. He put the MRE underneath his ass and
I've had the doc. I've had the doc hold the back.
Oh no!
No, like, dude, doc, this is not you, dude. This has got to happen now, and we can't stop.
You're like, dude,
you can't make this shit up.
Get another one ready just in case.
Yeah. I don't know.
Might need to do
it's
a
like
hot
a piss
swap.
bottle. Like, I'm pretty sure I can fit it in that. But you better have a spare just in case.
My main meal.
Yeah.
Well, what are you going to do? Your gunner can't leave. You can't drop down on the hatch. You have to stay in the hatch.
Yeah.
So you got to do what you got to do. Like, thank God I was a driver, so I never had to hold the shit bag. But fuck, man, I smelled it.
Yeah. Being a security team leader, man, it is. Doc was in our truck, so it was his bad.
Yeah, right?
It's a medical thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did he always sit behind the driver?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where our Doc always had to. But, I mean, that's the perfect spot.
And then we were in MRAPs mode, like 95% of the time, so he's just hanging out in the back. So, like, you have the platform, and then he's just hanging out in the back, like all by himself.
What kind of MRFs were you in? Like Cougars, RG31s, 33s?
Like the originals. Man, I don't know all the...
I can't remember. I know we had RG33s for a bit. We had the MATVs, but those were the newer ones.
Yeah, we never got those. We're talking about the Marine Corps here.
That's true. Yeah. So I'm trying to think of what we got rid of, because that's where it would have went. To
that's where.
Whatever you got rid of is what we had.
Yeah. Like we were, oh man, this thing's really starting to shit the bed. We should probably send the Marine Corps pretty soon here. So.
And they were grateful.
Yeah.
They're like, oh wow, look at this.
Oh, it's nice. I like this.
Yep.
Why does it smell like shit? But
it's not a Humvee.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a soft side Humvee at least. So, were you guys still rocking M16 A4s?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Some of it. So like, several guys had M4s with 203s on them. But I mean, and most guys had, once you got on a squad and you were getting deployed, you got an M4 with an ACOG. I mean, it
Okay.
for the most part. I mean, there might be a few that not have them, but I mean, it was pretty common for everybody to have an M4 at that point.
Yeah. So I qualified on an M16 A4 in basic. And then when I got to my unit, it was all M4s.
Yeah,
we all had
oh, man.
M4s. So
I'm dating myself. I was an A2.
A2?
I was an A2 guy.
Shit. Iron sights.
Yeah,
That's what we. Hey, the Marine Corps
trying to
was
load
yeah.
that thing?
Hey, the Marine Corps was iron sights till
Oh, yeah.
whenever they switched it, and all these guys qualifying now with ACOGs. I'm like, pff,
Oh, we
Yeah.
didn't
that'd
have,
be easy.
Yeah.
we had CCOs.
Like,
we didn't have ACOGs, I
Yeah,
guess.
come
but-
on, like let us.
Wait, they let you guys have sights? That was a thing?
Yeah,
I didn't even have a rail.
Yeah.
What the fuck, guys? Still rocking Vietnam era shit. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good. So, okay. So, was that your... So, after Iraq and stuff, you came back home and...
yeah. So I came back home. I was actually slated to go to Japan and then deploy to Afghanistan, and I got sick with Crohn's disease.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so
That's not like a little... That's not
yeah,
a small one either. That's
fought
like
that for a little bit. Got medically discharged in April of 2011, and came back to Southwest Missouri.
What is Crohn's disease? I know it's
So
not
it
good.
is an autoimmune disease. It affects your digestive system, your intestines, your colon, all that stuff. So, I mean, it can be a real shitty situation.
Pun intended. Nice.
Yeah. So,
So, okay. So, I mean, you have that for life?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's
So,
just- it is
technically,
what it
right
is.
now, like in the Crohn's world, there's not a cure for it. There's ways to manage it, medicines and stuff like that. But, you know, medicines always have consequences.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at in my journey with it. I've had it for, 10 plus years now. You know, again, the medicines always have side effects. So you kind of
Yeah.
try to steer away from them. And basically just take care of yourself and
I was going to say,
try to
does
find
your,
ways
does
to
your
manage
diet
it.
have something
Your diet
to do
has a
with it?
big thing
Okay.
to do with it. Stress, managing that stuff. Because you have ulcers throughout your digestive system. So if stress and food can make them flare up.
Mexican food?
Right. Man, it just kind of depends. I'm very picky anyway, so it kind of helped me.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I wasn't, dude, when I got sick, it's not like I ate bad. I was like 12, 13% body fat.
Damn.
I was in shape,
Shredded. Like a Marine.
like I just came back one day to the barracks and got sick.
So what was that like? Like, how'd you, like, when did you realize, like, oh, man, this is not just, like, good old-fashioned diarrhea?
It took the VA, it took them 4 months to figure it out.
Oh.
Like I got sick and I was like, things were happening and I was like, dude, this is like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
So go in and like, oh, you got this, or you probably just got a bug or salmonella or something. And next thing you know, like 4 weeks later, I'm 48 pounds lighter than I was.
Whoa.
And I'm like,
48?
yeah. And I'm like, dude, and I mean, I'm sick, like bad. So as it progresses, like I said, it took them 4 months. They finally did some scans and stuff like that. Like, I got Crohn's disease. I'm like, what is Crohn's disease? Like, never heard of it in my life. They're like, well, usually it's hereditary. So I start making phone calls like, nope, nobody's ever heard of that. So it's, obviously with the military and all the immunizations you get and all that stuff. So there's a bunch of conspiracy theorists about like the uproar and Crohn's disease and military members and things that we've been given. But, again, like it's how you're going to manage it. I mean, you can kind of dictate that. You'll see people that have it as bad as I have it and they look way worse than I do.
Yeah.
But how bad do you want to manage it?
So you
kinda thing.
don't look like you have
So
Crohn's disease.
yeah. So you
You'd
really
have to
gotta, like-
notice that,
Yeah.
I guess, like, but I would
So-
assume like, so it's something that you have to deal with the rest of your life, but so like you weren't eating like really shitty when you were in the Marine Corps, but so now you're not really taking. You're taking any medicines for
nope,
it?
I've been off of it actually for 20 weeks. We were actually
20
talking
weeks.
about that today. Yeah.
You've been doing good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn,
Just
that's
managing myself because, again, it goes back to the whole side effects of the medicines being worse.
What were
than
some
the
of the
pain.
side effects that you were fighting?
Well, the number one side effect for most medicines that you take for Crohn's is cancer. So, like,
Oh, shit.
just ups your chances. So most people that have Crohn's are going to get cancer. It's a high percentage that at some point in your life you're going to end up with it. Colon, intestinal, all those things. So like then the medicines that they give you, one, they increase the risk for cancers, and then they also suppress your immune system even more. So like you're acceptable,
That doesn't seem like it should. If it's an autoimmune disease,
right.
like why
so
would
why
they
would
want
suppress
would
your?
You want to suppress the immune system?
We could go into conspiracy theories all day long about medicines, right?
Fucking go, dude. Let's go.
Right.
We're back to pack.
Damn.
If we fix it, we don't make no money. So
right.
So
that's true.
But again, I've been blessed to where I've figured out how to manage it myself, and just monitor it.
How I guess I want to hear like kind of like what you're doing. Are you like, what's your diet like? Like what are you doing?
So my diet is, pretty clean. Like, I mean, meats, veggies. I don't eat a lot of gluten like most of the time, like when I travel and stuff like that. Obviously it's changes, but each person that has Crohn's are kind of different. There's things that affect everyone that has it, but for the most part, some of them differ. So like for me, like creamy sauces and stuff like that, which luckily for me, I hate Italian food, so it doesn't matter. Lettuce, roughage, stuff like that, that's rough on your, your digestive system. You got to kind of steer away from. So
yeah, we don't have 3 stomachs. Like.
Right. Yeah. We're not a cow. So, just monitoring that stuff. And then again, I think the biggest thing, I won't say more than diet, but I think it's right there with it, is keeping stress down and like physical activity, staying active. Like I work out, stay in the gym, kind of just, make sure all that stuff down, stays down. And then, I'm supplement stuff here and there for what I need, like what my body, because a lot of times with Crohn's, your body won't absorb certain nutrients. So like my body doesn't absorb B12 vitamin at all.
Okay.
It's like I can eat steak, which is high in B12, it doesn't absorb it. So I take supplements so my body gets that.
No, are the supplements, are those easier to digest then? Like easier to...
Yeah, because usually they're in a shot form, right? So they go straight in.
Oh, gotcha. You're not taking a B12 pill. It's a shot. Okay.
Take a B12 shot. So so you're getting it right away.
So it's in there. Yeah, you're not digesting shit then.
Right.
So it's going in.
So, but again, most people, monitor like, people are always like, man, do you still drink? I'm like, yeah, I still drink. I don't drink beer.
Oh.
I stay away from yeast and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, sense. Again, not saying alcohol is great for anyone, but it tastes good. So
it does.
I think it's fantastic.
So, monitor that,
yourself,
like,
I guess.
right? And just be careful with it. But again, like, I just think I think the other part of me was like, I was dead set when I got it that it wasn't going to beat me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So like, one, I got it, and they're like, I had officers and stuff like, oh, dude, they're going to kick you out of the Marine Corps. I'm like, absolutely not. Like, there's no way. Like, and I was the typical motivated retard Marine.
Fuck yeah.
Like, I'm going to be the next sergeant major in the Marine Corps. Like, watch this. Like,
Yeah.
and then they say, hey, you're going on a med board. Like, they're going to kick you out for Crohn's. I'm like, no. Like, there's no way. I'm going to figure this out. Like, I'm going to pass every test, do everything. We're actually talking about this at dinner. So you go through all that rigmarole about, hey, okay, so I got to do a PFT. Perfect. Nailed it. Like, got myself back to where I could do a 300 PFT, 300 CFT, and they're like, nope, your medicine has to be refrigerated. We're considering you non-deployable. That's the check in the box you can't have.
Damn.
So,
shit. So that's how they got you? Because if you're non-deployable, then they're like, what are you going to do with you?
I mean, I'd thrown out all the offers of like, hey, I'll go to be a drill instructor. I'll go do this. And, timing was not in my favor at the time in 2011. If anybody knows what was going on then, the whole downsize of everything was going on. So it was like, oh, this guy's a check in the box. Like, get him,
Yeah, if this is 03, you would have stayed in.
Oh, 100%. Like, we'd have figured it out. We'd have found a place for you, Or even now where they're trying to, find guys to stay in, pay them. All these bonuses were good back in, the early 2000s even, But they're trying to keep guys in and now, and, they're just bouncing.
Yeah. Well, they can't even find anyone to pass a PFT
Yeah.
anymore. So that's
Yeah.
that's a whole new ball
Yeah.
game now. When you're trying to find someone that's that can pass height and weight, or tape, and also pass a PFT. It's
Right.
like, geez, that takes out like probably 30-40% of the population right there. You know, everyone's fat. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the military as a whole has hit their recruiting goals for
wow.
years.
Yeah.
It's been years. So it's been a gradual decline in the military for a long time now. So it's crazy. So okay, so you end up getting medically discharged. You got medically retired, right? Did they give you the
Discharge, yeah.
discharge?
And I
Okay, I don't know.
ended up 100%, yeah.
Okay, so they if they would have medically retired you, you would have got a pension though.
Correct.
But you didn't have enough time in service.
Correct.
Ah, fuck.
They write you a severance check package,
That's
basically.
retarded.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
How long do you need to be in for to get medically retired?
Man, I don't know what it is, and I don't know if it's like, I don't know the parameters around that, what it takes or what it is, but
Damn, it sucks.
like severance is basically what they do is they figure out what your pay would have been, the rest of your contract. So they basically pay that out.
That still sucks though.
Well, you're going to
Especially
be a
since you
Sergeant Major in the Marine Corps, so
Yeah, I mean, that's what
they
I was
shoulda-
thinking. They
they
should pay me a big old check.
factor that in,
Yeah.
right?
they should still pay you.
Yeah.
Keep paying your ass.
Yeah. So, I got out, and then like I said, I moved back home. Did a couple jobs. Was divorced fairly quickly after getting out. Got a job at a natural gas company in Missouri. Got married again. Still married. Been married 11 years to my wife, Sadie.
Damn, congratulations.
We got two boys, Easton and Layton, 9 and 11.
Wait,
and
you've been with her 11 years?
Yep.
You have a kid that's 11 years old? Mm-hmm. Right on.
Yeah, nailed it.
Math.
I just kind of want to, no.
I wasn't a Marine. I know
yeah.
math.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I did the whole gas company, like I said, for 11 years. And about a little over a year ago now, I think it was like November 6th, I started working for a nonprofit called the E3 Ranch Foundation. I'd volunteered there, 4 or 5 years, 6 years, whatever it had been, for their veteran events. And the guy that owns the foundation asked me to come on full-time as a veteran event coordinator and run the veteran events there. And it's in southeast Kansas and southwest Missouri, so
awesome.
I'm doing that now and I love every minute of it. And that's actually how me and Jeremy met. Mm-hmm. He came to hunt at the ranch a couple years ago, and we kind of hit it off there, and we've stayed in touch ever since. So
That's awesome. Yeah. So the E3 Ranch, how big a property are we talking here?
So we have 1,500 acres in Kansas and 1,600 in Missouri.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. So the foundation themselves, or the foundation as a whole, we do veteran events, humanitarian crisis, and counter human trafficking operations. Mm-hmm. So, there's a lot of things going on in the foundation. But as far as the veteran events go, like I said, we do 5 to 6 a year. We do a deer hunt in November, a deer hunt / duck hunt in January, turkey hunt in April. We do a shooting competition event deal in May. We usually do a lake event. Usually like an alumni, like people that have been there in the past, bring them back and do like a lake event in August.
That's cool.
So, yeah.
So, so you say you do counter-intelligence human trafficking?
Counter human trafficking operations. Yeah, so...
as part of the E3 Ranch?
The E3 Ranch Foundation, yes. So we have a team that does counter human trafficking operations. So
what's that entail? That sounds real interesting.
So they do like advocacy work and, obviously help go out and save... trafficked girls and trafficked women across the U.S. So.
That's kind of a hot area down there, isn't it? In like Kansas?
Yeah, all those major highways, like I-70, and all that stuff, like obviously big for, drugs.
Because I know like Omaha, Nebraska is a huge spot for human trafficking and stuff too.
Yeah, so we have a team that does that stuff. And they work on it, day in and day out, and they're really good at what they do.
Do you do that too?
I help out when I can.
Help out when you can?
Yep. Being a that's the whole, being a reserve deputy in a county by where I live gives me the opportunity to help whenever, basically I'm free, not doing something on the ranch or, doing a vet event. But it leaves me open to help them out.
That's crazy. So are you guys like, because getting tips, like getting on the trafficking tip line and stuff like that, or like all are you guys like doing for the human trafficking side? Because that's like a really pretty, especially now with like the border the way it is and all that stuff, and that was like a big political, I guess, talking point is human trafficking and everything else.
Yeah,
like,
so they do a lot of advocacy work as far as like, helping, find the girls and get them help, and trying to get them recovery as they, they're saved and getting them out of the life that they're in. So they do a lot of that,
That sounds
again,
pretty
like
rewarding.
trying to, there's a ton of organizations that are doing that stuff, but, us having a team, again, that works day in and day out, and that's their main focus is, trying to save, those that need saved.
That's amazing. That's really cool. That's like, and that's got to be some of the most probably rewarding, but also like stressful work you can be doing. I mean, that's like, damn, that's pretty high. Like, I don't even know the shit that you'd be seeing out there in the human trafficking side, but it's like, it's a thing that a lot of people are kind of blind to until it happens to someone close to them or something like that.
Right.
You don't really get to peek behind the blinds of that kind of stuff very often.
Yeah.
It's like and rightfully so, it should be very protective, because those kids or those people just went through some really traumatic shit.
Right.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's really cool to see, again, that the team, the passion they have about it and, the things that they're able to do and the missions they're able to accomplish. And it's a blessing to be a part of the foundation. Again, that, I'm basically run and do the veteran side of it, 99% of the time, but then being able to be aside those guys and see what they do in and day out is just a blessing.
That's cool. So as far as like the, I guess what you do the other 99% of the time while you're doing that, so you're like going to like trade shows and stuff a lot?
No, so really? At the ranch, we're constantly trying to do upgrades.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Or if, fixing something or building something new to add to the experience. Planning the events and just keeping the ranch, upkept for, the events, operational, like making sure, the other thing we do is like, hey man, like you know how it is. Like I may have a vet call me tomorrow and say, hey dude, I just need to get away. Well, the ranch is ready, man. Come on.
Oh, cool.
Like, get out here. Like, we got a place for you to stay. Like, we're here. That's what we're here for, right? And so, like, that constant, just making sure everything's ready. We do a lot of things. There's some training things that go on site. People, come in and shoot on the range and stuff like that. So there's constantly stuff going on. But the veteran stuff is, like, the main focus of the ranch.
That's pretty sweet. So what else does the ranch do? I mean, it's a nonprofit, but like, do you guys do anything else on the ranch? Is it just hunting solely ranch?
Yeah, so the ranch is, most people that know what E3 Ranch is know it from the hunting community. Buck Commander, Adam LaRoche and Buck Commander and all those guys, they hunt there once a year as a group hunt. So a lot of people know E3 Ranch for the hunting. And so they do that, and Buck Commander's still a big part, and they do a hunt there, every year and stuff like that. And Adam is obviously a owner and stuff in Buck Commander. So there's that stuff going on, and the management of the deer and the wildlife on the property is really big. Obviously, to maintain the ability to continue to bring vets in, right, and give them an experience that, maybe you're probably not going to get a lot of places.
Yeah.
But also manage that for that, you can continue to do that for the next 20 years. You're not just going in there and shooting anything and everything. You're managing the deer. You're putting in food plots. You're, the stand work, all the, the blinds and all that stuff. So it's a constant, year round operation. And then, making sure the facilities are good, the ponds are good, I mean, all those little things that, you're not really thinking about when you show up to places. Like, you pull in a place, like, man, this place looks great. Like, oh, man, this would be awesome.
There's a lot of work goes into it.
There's a lot of work goes into it, right? It's a year-round job. And then, again, you're trying to always add to the experience. So whatever that is, adding new things, adding to the range. Like I said, we do shooting events. We got a long range. We got a pistol range. So we have multiple things that you're able to do, but you got to maintain those things, and it's just a constant grind. So
yeah, I mean, that shit's not just, if anyone's ever owned a property before, it gets out of hand real fast.
Yep.
If you just neglect it and let it go and just let, nature run its course, it's going to be overran with all sorts of invasive species like plants and stuff. And I don't know what kind of, I guess, like up here, there's a lot of like just really thick, nasty, like multiflora rose that pops up out of nowhere that just is good for nothing, just nasty stuff. So you have to, it's a lot of work. I got educated a lot of this because I talked to Perry Batten. He works for Mark Jury with them, and he does a lot of the land management and stuff for Mark. And man, it's a lot of work.
Oh yeah,
a lot of work to maintain a property, especially if you want to kill deer on it and everything else, and keep, like you said, manage it appropriately, keep it good for years coming. You're not just looking at like this year what you're gonna do. It's like you're thinking about next year. You're constantly thinking like game planning what you're gonna be doing this year and next year and the year after that, and planning for the future.
Yeah.
So you're planting, like a lot of people, like there's this old saying, if you plant an oak tree, it's not for you. You're never gonna enjoy the shade of your, you planting that tree because you're gonna be dead before it matures, but it's for your kids or your grandkids, or in this case, keeping things kind of going for future, I guess, vets coming through and everything else.
Absolutely.
How long has E3 Ranch been around for?
2017.
Okay. So really not like that long.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
So we just, again, our goal is to basically grow year to year, and grow and isn't necessarily like crazy number of events and this stuff, but grow as the number of guys we can have an impact on. Like I said, I've told Jeremy this, and obviously he's been there and experienced it. It's want guys to know, man, you come in and it's a place for you to reset and relax, and like hunting is just the tip of the iceberg, right? Like you get to hunt the Midwest. It's usually prime time when you're hunting. The experience is awesome. And then once you leave, you're part of the E3 family. Like Jeremy knows, like, you can call me tomorrow, right? Any of the guys, stay in contact with them. That's the big thing, is the follow-up. As you get into these organizations and you do things like this with vets, is like, again, nothing against all those others, but where most of them fail is the follow-up. Right, so like it's, you bring a guy in and they, you really make an impact on their life and where they're at, and you may shift their mindset a little bit, but man, if they don't hear from you,
it's short-lived.
It's very, very short-lived, right? So like that follow-up is huge, right? That communication, man, and it is, I think, the number one key to making sure whatever organization you're a part of or you're running with vets, or anything in general, is the follow-up. Like, because it's easy to show somebody you care for 3 days. That's easy.
Yeah.
Right? And so they grab a hold of that and they're like, man, I got somebody. But if they don't hear from you, because they're probably not going to reach out on their own, right?
Yeah, we're talking vets here.
Right,
So.
vets for sure.
Yeah.
So your job to keep that relationship is to reach out, and that follow-up to keep that family, that team room, as he can speak to, is like, that's what a lot of guys miss once they get out, man. Like, even if it is a, text message group of just who knows what, just stupid stuff, right? Like we all have those groups that we're in, like, dude, I don't even know what we're talking about, but it's funny and it's what keeps us going, right?
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, so like,
all the because there's a lot of dumb comedy in the military.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
it's like, dude, that was
homoerotic shit.
I can't believe I like even opened that up. I am now dumber. Like kind of like all of us that watched the Jake Paul Tyson fight. We're all stupid for watching it. So
that fight sucked.
We're all hyped up like we were doing something cool, and me and Jeremy looked at each other when it was over, like, yeah, we're both dumber for standing up and watching this fight. Like,
we tried.
I felt like
my
Billy,
wife and I tried watching it.
Yeah, I felt like Adam Sandler on Billy Madison when he's answering those questions. That professor is like, we are now all dumber listening to that. Like,
for sure, dude.
I award you 0 points.
That's dude. The undercard was a lot.
100%.
It was good.
The girls' fight was the best.
Fuck, dude, they were killing it. And then, main event. Fucking here comes Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Motherfucker's 58. He looked 58.
Yeah, he
know, it's like then Jake Paul. Like, come on, like, I don't know what it was, but that fight fucking was a real stinker.
Yeah.
You know, but everything. The other fights were good.
Yeah.
But you could have definitely went to bed at an appropriate time.
Oh,
like
100%.
9 o'clock, and then totally fine.
So really good.
But yeah, I think that's where, like, for the vet organization, that's the big thing is like the follow up, man. Just staying in contact with guys, and that's what's so cool about what Jeremy's doing, and what E3 does too. Is, man, you'll see it. Guys from different units, different branches, you bring them together in a place, and dude, they form friendships, and I've done it. I mean, me and Jeremy are from 2 totally different worlds, right? But the friendship we have is a lifetime, right? Just like we all did the same thing when we got to our first unit.
Yeah.
Show up there, like, I'm a Midwest kid, never been to New York, but I got some great friends from New York that would have never happened without the military, right? So, like, you see that when you were in, you lose that when you get out.
Yeah.
But then, like, you're, man, like, those were my boys, those were my dudes. I get back home, it's not the same. Like, it's just missing. Well, then you get into stuff like this, and you start seeing that again of, like, that team room or that camaraderie, that, that military mindset, where you understand each other, even though you're completely different. And it just creates a bond that just, I mean, honestly, most people won't understand unless you've ever been through it, right? So, like, we can all understand it. Like, we could all be from different places, but we understand that bond because we've all created that with somebody. And that's what most guys miss because everybody goes their separate ways. And, you have your few that you stay in contact with, you text message, maybe call, maybe you get up together once a year or whatever, but not very many dudes do, right?
Yeah.
So then, because one, like, Jeremy's not calling me, like, I'm not calling him, right? Like, might shoot a text, like, dude, hope you're doing well, whatever. Just very short and sweet. But it's that time together that you're like, oh, man, like, this is what I needed, right? Like, man, I needed that reset. I needed that camaraderie. I needed that team room experience.
And it's those things like that you might be in a dark place, and just that little bump just pulls them out of that. Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys see it a lot more. Doing what with Operation Second Chance and E3 Ranch. It's like you're probably getting guys in there that are just like, I can only imagine because I haven't really been to any events where I'm sure shit not running a nonprofit, like that's doing that. But I mean, there's a lot of guys out there, like you said, that and I get it. I'm the same. We've all been there, where we're not reaching out. We're kind of just like slowly just creeping back into our hole, and like shit's pissing us off, and we're just holding it in, but we're just like whatever, and just gotta fucking push on, drink water and move on, and it's like that only works for so long before that's why veteran suicide is so high and all that stuff because guys, like you said, guys lose touch, and life gets busy, and you get back home and you start doing other things. You're raising a family, you're doing all these other things, and you're getting busy, and then next thing you know, you're sitting down and you're just like, fuck, dude, like just in like that daily grind. It's just not, it's hard. You can't mimic the feeling of like that camaraderie that you build in the military. You can't mimic that in the civilian world really in any jobs unless you're maybe in some like police departments or fire departments or something like that. Maybe you can get pretty damn close like that, but it's just you're not getting that working at natural gas pipeline job.
I think the other biggest thing too is the purpose, right? So like I always talk about the purpose with dudes is like when they're in a, a bad spot, like, man, what do you feel your purpose is in life, right? So like it was easy when we were all in the military, like we had one purpose.
Yeah.
Do what they say.
Yeah, right.
Right? So it's like that's simple.
Yep.
Like my purpose is to be a Marine. I do what I'm told and I'm going to do it, right?
Yep.
Or, whatever. So when you get out, like, man, it was just easy. Like it was structured, it was simple, like that's what people are like, man, dude, how were deployments? I'm like, dude, they were easy.
Yeah.
Like I just had to do what I had to do, or
Should
even when I was
still
in,
get
like,
shot.
yeah,
Yeah, right.
Or blown up.
yeah, like I just did what I was supposed to do. Same thing when you were stateside. I was here at this time. I went home at this time. I did that. I mean, it was just so structured.
It's more.
like-
It's kind of more than that, though. Too, like where it's like, yeah, it's like the structure is 100% one thing, but also like, it's the fact that when you're trained, especially if you've been deployed and like we all have, and you got to see what it's like on a deployment and really see what you're training for.
Yeah, you're training for a purpose. Like
Training
there's
for a
something,
purpose.
right? So that's
You're going to deploy. You're going to
Yeah.
do this thing. So like we got to train with a purpose
Yeah.
and actually take this shit seriously. Because I seen that when I was active duty. I had a reclass when I was artillery, and I seen guys that never deployed. We didn't deploy while we were there. I was in a non-deployable unit for a while too. It was just a training unit, and I seen a lot of guys that came out of basic and AIT, and they get in there like they're just like fucking off, like fuck this training, this shit sucks, and da da da. Like being in the field fucking for a month sucks. Like yeah, it does, motherfucker. But like when you get overseas. You need to train with a purpose. You need to take this shit seriously, because when you get overseas, it's like that's game time, dude. That's game time. You gotta fucking take this shit seriously while you're there, and like that purpose, like you're saying, of like the training, like building that camaraderie, because you need to build that camaraderie before you go overseas, in order to like really be really good at your job. Because when you're out there and you're in the middle of the shit, it's like you really only have the dudes to your left and right, and if you're the weak link, then it's like, dude, you don't want to be the weak
100%.
link.
I think that's what's so.
That's what get me going, I guess,
Yeah.
in training hard and doing that thing and having purpose.
Yeah. And so with like what we do at the foundation, and then what Jeremy does as well, is like, and you can attest to this too. It's not anything against anybody that wasn't in the soft community, but they were constantly, right?
Yeah.
From what I've learned, like being around a lot of those guys, is what is the difference? Is like they didn't have time. Like you might go 2 years, right, before you're gonna deploy again, so you could do whatever you wanted. You'd be jacking off, doing whatever, going, doing this, doing that. Like they're constantly on rotations of that purpose is always there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There was
So like it's constant, 365 the whole time you're in. Like you're either training, you're off, whatever. However their rotations work.
So what were your rotations like, Jeremy? Like how often?
So we were deployed probably about 9 months out of every year when I was in SF. And so you're not off, the other months. So when we come stateside, we usually take leave for about 2 weeks. And then we're training. We're doing, free fall jump, train ups, and we're going shooting, and we're driving courses. And then we're going down to our area of responsibility, Central and South America, and we're doing 45-day rotations down there and stuff like that. So we're constantly doing stuff, and then like, hey, we're going back to Iraq or Afghanistan or whatever we're doing. So it was a constant thing. So that's why obviously the divorce rate, families don't like that. So the divorce rate's pretty high in special operations. So it takes a really strong family to stick through all that stuff. And then obviously we're probably not the most pleasant people when we come back from, we're pissed off all the time. So our deployment cycle and stuff was, dude, the op tempo was insane. And then
Because you were in during war the entire time.
Oh, 100%.
So
there's no downtime. Basically, you have a little bit here and there, and like, so the op tempo was just absolutely insane. And then you get burnt out. You get burnt out, and obviously you lose your edge, and then, that's when accidents happen, and you get complacent and all that stuff. So it's like, thank God, but like there should have been a lot more of us killed, because like you get complacent and stuff. But then again, on the same token, you get really good at your job, because hey, I was just over here, X number of months ago, and like I still got it. But like, you're like, oh, it's the same old stuff. Well, no, the battlefield is always evolving. You know, the threats are always evolving. You know, so yeah, it was a freight train, and you either get on it or you're gonna get hit by it.
Yeah.
So that's how it was.
I think that's what makes it so, I won't say more difficult, but when, you know, dealing with like the soft community is like when they get out, right? And again, I'm not speaking for all of them by any means, but when they get out, man, they've been on that op tempo for however many years they've been, 15, 20, 10, whatever it is. And then it's gone, right? So it's like they literally have they're trying to figure out what they're supposed to do. I mean, they're used to being maybe, like he's saying, 2 weeks off. Like that's all they've ever known for however many years. And then you separate them from everybody else that they've been around.
Their family.
Their family.
basically.
They're dudes, right? So like that team room, that whole thing, the whole soft community thing. And man, I feel like that's like most people don't think about that, right? And then again, I've been around it enough now, seeing that, man, you bring some of these guys back together and they get that team room camaraderie and that team room experience, and that just, man, dude, it lights a fire back in them.
That's one thing I've kind of noticed with hunting and stuff too, especially if you find a good group of other hunters, even if not ever be in the military. It's the only group that I've personally found that's like, that they're driven. They have purpose. They're like, whether they're trying to kill a big buck or whatever else, it's like they're constantly working towards this goal. And so being around other people that are super goal oriented and trying to be better and everything else, because that's one thing too. It's like you're never going to be, I don't care who you are, you're never going to perfect hunting because they're wild animals. Yeah. So it's like, it's one of those things that no matter how long you do it,
I think I got it. I think I got it now.
You think you got it? Okay.
He hasn't the last 3 days.
I was say, he still hasn't got it. I don't know.
I won't even bring up the 7 before, but we're struggling the last 3.
Well, it's one of those things like you can do it forever, and there's always gonna be something you can change and tweak and get better at. Right. And having that kind of, I guess that thing that's just constantly lighting a fire under your ass, and it's motivating, and being around other people are motivated to do this thing. It's like that is super refreshing, and it helps you kind of like re-zero when you get back home. And because that is the hardest thing, is turning it off, turning that thing off that you had to be turned on, especially you, Jeremy, where you're just turned on all the time.
I am turned on all the time.
Yeah, you just fucking rock hard all the time. I don't know how many Cialis you guys take, but rock hard all the time. And then come home and you're like, no, now I gotta be kind of soft a little bit in order to melt back into society. Fuck yeah, dude. In order to melt back into society, you can't be rock hard all the time. Otherwise, you're gonna burst.
Oh, all right. Bet.
But being able to kind of get around other people and stuff like that, like hunting especially, that's just one thing that I've found that I know you guys have also found, where it's like it's highly motivating.
And so here's another thing. So obviously your wife actually will lock us up if we go and we kill somebody, right?
Right. Yeah, she wouldn't like
that. I mean, the general population doesn't like it, right? So you train these warriors to go over there and to fight and stuff like that, and so they're used to doing that hunting, and then like and all the mission prep and all that planning and all that stuff, and they go and they do their mission, right? So like obviously you get out of the military, whether it's Marine Corps, Special Operations, name Space Force, I don't care, but so you basically the carpet's pulled out from underneath you, but like, hey, you're just a number. Hey, thanks for playing. See you later. So now you're back out there, and you're like, you're trying to figure out your niche, your purpose, and hunting, I feel like, is okay. So I have a goal. I'm gonna kill this buck. I'm gonna kill this pheasant. I'm gonna kill the. I'm gonna go and hunt and be successful. So like, there's a lot of prep that goes into it. So like the gear prep, all this stuff. So like, it gets guys that I've noticed like who have come up and they weren't really big hunters. So now they're prepping their gear and all that stuff. It is very satisfying for veterans. you know, because it's like, yeah, okay, we may have seen it as a pain in the ass in the while we were in. It's like, oh, I got to do this and this, but like once I get out there in the battlefield or in the field, that okay, all that prep that I did, it was beneficial to my success. So in hunting, it's the same thing, you know. So they're constantly focused on their prepping and all this stuff, and they're going to execute their mission, you know, hunting, and it gives them purpose. It gives them something to do. You know, they're not like, you know, they say what's the saying about idle hands or the devil's work or yeah,
something like that.
So it's just like guys who don't have a purpose, you know, that's, you know, guys who just get out. They are searching for that purpose. So that's how I see hunting. As far that's how it helps me, you know, because I'm always thinking about, oh, I need to move that tree stand, I need to do this. I'm always, you know, gaming. And then you talk about the special operations guys. So like these guys, and there's nothing against any other branches or anything. So like these guys don't ask for help.
Yeah.
You know, they're the last guys to ask for help. But like I know, because I needed help, and somebody reached out to me. Say, hey man, you want to do this? Go on this hunt, or whatever. And I was like, oh, and it clicked, you know, started a fire. I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And so that's what I noticed. Like, and you're talking about keeping in touch with fellow teammates and service members. Dude, I think us as veterans, all across the board, we could do better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just not like just after a retreat and stuff like that, you know, or even if you even have the ability to go to one of these organizations to do this hunt, it's just like as you get out, stay in touch with your boys. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what he's going to do. And it's just like anything. You go to a job, as a civilian, you go to a job, and then you go and you move to a different job. Yeah, you might keep in touch with that person for a while, but then you're going to kind of slowly lose touch and stuff. But it's like us as veterans, you know, all the trauma and all the stuff that we've been through, like I think I know I could, you know, but like we could all do a lot better. In fact, I had 2 dudes reach out to me today that 2 different hunts, 2 different, you know, times that they came up and stuff like that. And but like, okay, he's contacting me and I'm contacting him. I know he's good. I know everything's good.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
And yeah, like you're saying, it doesn't take a lot, you know, just to kind of keep up. And
but we're all guilty of it.
We're all guilty of it. I do this. I do the same thing. I mean, we have all been there. And it's like life happens to get busy. It's just kind of the way it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as a community as a whole, you know, that's where I think organizations like Operation Second Chance and E3 Ranch are also even more beneficial, because then you're connecting service members that never served together, but you're creating a hub for veterans and other people to meet in order to create a different like I guess culture. I don't know what the fuck you want to call it. You know, just meeting other people and getting
like a brotherhood.
opportunities to create new friendships.
Yeah, it's
and
another family.
You know, because it is one thing, like when you're alone and secluded and you don't have that, you know, team around you, it's really easy to start getting in your own head about shit and everything else.
So one thing I noticed when I came down there to the ranch is, so they take pictures of each event, each guy, all the guys, right? And say 5 years from now, guy comes in and he's looking at the pictures and stuff, and he's like, I knew that guy. And then like, oh man, I need to call that guy.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't talked to him in years. Like, oh, that's cool. Hey, I didn't know you came. I'm down here right now. And so I started doing this. Since I came down there, I started doing that for my hunts and stuff like that. And I've had a couple guys, you know, like, hey, oh man, he came up here? Oh man, I didn't know that. That's cool. And then so it starts creating that hub and like gets guys talking again. You know, that's cool in itself.
Yeah. Network. That's what I was thinking. That was the HR word I was thinking of.
Yeah,
You know,
but it
network.
comes from, like we talked about, is you're bringing people together that, again, different branches, different units, completely different backgrounds from where they started from, and you're bringing them to one place, whether it's an Operation Second Chance hunt or an E3 Ranch Foundation hunt, You're bringing them to one location and you're creating a brotherhood, which then branches out, as you see it grow, and he's seen that too. And then we see it at E3 is, you start with, 6 guys, right? And that slowly just grows and grows and grows because, this guy wants this guy to come, he could use it or whatever. So this community just continues to grow to just mass numbers. And the next thing you know, like for me, for example, I'm in a signal chat with, guys that have been through the ranch for the last 4 or 5 years, and we just keep adding everybody to it. So you've got this giant text thread, which has turned into the ability for a guy to be like, hey, dude, like I'm going through some stuff. I just need some prayers.
Yeah.
Or, hey, guys, like my wife has this. Like I need, if you guys pray for me, I mean, all like just, and then a lot of it is just the BS and fun. Like, hey, okay, hold on. This guy sent this. I got to be careful where I open this up at, right? There's always that guy, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's what it's created. I mean, you could go through this list of dudes and be like, how, does this work?
Well, it's one of those things too. Like the veteran community is, in I guess terms of like nationwide, the veteran community is very small. It's a pretty small group of people that have ever served, and let alone went overseas. So it's a pretty small group. And then you get veterans, like people from a small group, and put them in an even smaller group. Now they have something to talk about, like hunting. Where it's like, that's one of those things. Like one of my best friends, I grew up with him. His nickname's Cunners. I try to talk to him as much as possible, and he only lives like an hour away. But we'll go like months without talking to each other. I'm like, fuck, dude, hey, how's it going? But that's the one thing. It's like, he's a realtor. And I don't fucking sell houses, It's like I love the guy to death. But, I like when we talk, we're talking about like, we're just catching up and everything else. But I honestly talk to a lot of my hunting buddies more than I do some of my veteran buddies and everything else. But it's because I guess what I'm getting at, that sounds kind of shitty actually now I'm thinking about it. Saying, hey, don't talk to my friend because he's a realtor and I don't sell houses. But it's like, I do talk to him. But what I mean is like you're getting people together that have a common, they have something in common that they like to do, like hobby wise. And it does take a lot of time. And, you're getting people from all over the country coming, meeting them up in one spot, and then they're going back to where they're at. But it's like, you might have a guy in New York and you're like, oh shit, dude, I've never hunted in New York. I really want to go on like a Adirondack fucking big buck trek and hunt someday. And I met this guy at Operation Second Chance or E3 Ranch where he lives in the Adirondacks. Like, hey dude, what's it like to hunt up there? And then you start talking, they're like, come on up dude, let's go hunting. Like boom. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, like you said, you use the word networking, right? So like it is a network, right? So you're creating a network of vets, right? And brothers, family, whatever you want to call that, to create those experiences. Whether it is, going on a hunt with a guy that came to a hunt with you, or like, hey dude, like you guys hit it off, right? Like me and Jeremy hit it off. Like when he came to the ranch, we've stayed in contact, like obviously followed his whole thing through the trail. He got me up here, and then like, we've talked about things that we're going to do later, right? Completely different backgrounds, completely different units, branches. But we've created a bond that you would think when you're around us that we were served together.
Yeah.
Right? And so, again, that gives us the opportunity to say, maybe I've got opportunities or experiences I could show him that he'd be interested in, and vice versa, right? So, like, that's like what you're saying. It's that network that you branch out and create through guys that are from all these other areas that you became close with when you were in, right? So like you had plenty of friends that you were from New York or wherever, and you're from the Midwest. Well, that was all gone when you left. Well, now you're creating that network again, just in a different way, right? Whether that is the hunting or it's just, hey, like he's from Florida, like I'm going to go down and visit his family with my family at the beach, whatever that is. It's the ability to create that network of brothers, right? And create those memories. And that camaraderie, no matter how you do it. Whether, like, again, obviously for us, a lot of that is hunting. But but there's obviously way a lot of other ways to accomplish that. But getting into these experiences is how you start those, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So,
for sure. I do want to segue over a little bit. So you, Jeremy, you went to the Appalachian Trail and hiked it by yourself. And we were talking about like networking and getting together and all this stuff. And you're like, fuck that. I'm just going to go walk by myself for
I did
1,000 days.
It was like a day or so.
Yeah, a day or so. How'd that go? And what was that? Why'd you do that?
So what?
Let's start with why.
Why?
Yeah,
why did you go walk?
Like why would you walk like that?
No. So when I grew up in Virginia, the trail was like 45 minutes. I grew up in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains, and so it was always like there. I was a kid. I was busy skateboarding and doing kid stuff, and whatever. I just knew it was there, and I was like, whatever that is. A bunch of hippies out there.
Yeah, cool trail.
That's where they hang out.
Losers.
So as I grew up, so I remember being in Iraq with a teammate of mine and stuff, and super awesome guy, and we were just talking about like, things we wanted to do, and he's like, man, I want to do the Appalachian Trail. I go, it goes kind of right near where I grew up. And he goes, what? We should do it sometime. I'm like, okay, let's do it. So, I end up retiring and stuff, and he stays in for a while, and then he gets out, and hey, on this year we're going to do the trail. So he had some family events come up, and then that year I'm like, okay, so we postponed it. The same thing the following year, and I'm like, man, I'm not getting any younger. I go, bro, if you can't go this year, I'm going. I might do some of it again with you, or I might do the whole thing again with you, but like I'm going this year because I feel like I can't postpone it forever. So yeah, I just said, you know what? All right, I'm gonna go walk 2,200 miles. So I started. Just like the hunting thing, I started all the gear prep and everything like that. Trying to train for a 2,200 mile hike in January, February here in Iowa, you're not going to do a lot of outdoors. Like I didn't want to do a lot of outdoors.
It's cold.
So yeah, it's cold. And put the treadmill at the highest incline and just walked and trained a little bit. And then so a lot of the best training is just to go out and do it. So this is the knucklehead me. I was like, all right, I'm going to do it. So March 3rd, I stepped off from Springer Mountain, Georgia, and I finished August 27th up in Maine. So it was 2,200 miles. It was 177 days, but, there's days off, and stuff like that I didn't hike and stuff. But, it was 6 months. And
were you staying out there? Like, were you like,
dude, I got native.
Tent?
I went native. No.
Yeah,
no, so yeah, so I camped probably, I don't know, majority of that time. So how I planned it, I started with a guy, a buddy of mine, and so he was only hiking with me until a certain date, not like at miles or whatever. So he made it 700 miles up to Virginia with me and stuff. But like how it was planned is like, okay, we would hike. We carry enough food for 4 or 5 days. So obviously 4 or 5 days you're out there hiking, sleeping in tents, and you in March in Georgia, sleet, snow, freezing rain, and it was cold. It was 17 degrees, 65 mile an hour winds when we got the Smokies. Jeez. It was gnarly. So anyway, so you're out there 4 or 5 days, and then you're coming up near a town. So you go down there and stand on the road, thumb a ride, or call a shuttle, or whatever.
Thumb a ride. Get
into town, find the shittiest motel you could find because it's cheap. Because I'm a nasty hiker. Yeah. I smell like ass.
Yeah.
And all you want is a shower, cold beer, and somewhere to sleep other than a tent. So you would stay there. You'd run to Walmart, Dollar General, wherever, do your resupply, and you get back on trail the next day. Yeah, and you do that for another 4 or 5 days, and same thing. But I tell you what, so going into it, it was being a military mindset, you're like, man, there's a bunch of hippies out there, there's a bunch of weirdos, and whatever. So you kind of go in a little closed-minded, but like once I got out there, it was almost like it was kind of like the military. I met a lot of military guys out there, but it is the coolest community.
No,
it is. And again, I went into it closed-minded, and everyone's looking out for each other. You have a trail name. So you don't use your real name. You can or whatever, but like everybody's got a trail name because they
what was yours?
Stickers. I had stickers all over my trekking poles because every town we went to, whether it be a bar or an outfit or whatever, I get a sticker and I put it on my trekking poles. So it was kind of like a story on my trekking poles. I don't know. Goofy's cool. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever. So my nickname was Stickers. So a lot of people have
I'm never calling you anything else again.
Yeah.
Stickers.
So
Stickers.
a lot of people have trail names.
Changing your name in my phone.
That's your granola name, dude.
So a lot of people have trail names because they did something stupid. It's just like
a stage name.
Huh?
Oh.
Like a stage name.
Like a stage name. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
So about
Stickers.
mile 200, I met this guy. He's an Army vet, and we became really good friends, and we started hiking together. And there's a group of probably about 8, 9 of us vets. We kind of just started kind of hanging around each other and stuff. And you might see this guy like every couple of days, and like you start shooting the shit around camp or whatever, and you're like, dude, like, hey, you mind if I hike with you? Oh, okay. So his trail name was Tumbles. So Tumbles got the nickname
Stickers and Tumbles.
because
it sounds like an episode from Teletubbies or something, dude.
I'm not really sure what's going on here, but
Stickers and Tumbles. God dang.
what the fuck, guys? So anyway, so this is before I met him. I can't tell the story. So I wasn't there. It's before I met him and stuff. Apparently, he was hanging his bear bag because there's black bears and stuff in the mountains of Georgia and through the Smokies and all that stuff. So anyway, apparently he was hanging his bear bag and he had his Crocs on because he wasn't hiking anymore. He was at camp and then he took a 60-foot fall down a mountain.
Damn.
Yeah. So.
That's more than tumble.
yeah, I was gonna say.
So there was an old man he was hiking kind of around and with, and he was at camp and he was just sitting there eating his mountain house meal, and Josh goes over the mountain, just didn't skip a beat. He finally collects his shit and comes up the mountain. He goes, "Guess you got your trail names there, Tumbles." So I don't know. You could do something stupid, whatever. But. Yeah, so
who told you this? Who did you meet? They're like, all right, this is trail etiquette. This is what we do. You gotta have a trail name.
I guess it's a known thing. I don't know. I
Did
went
you
out
know
there.
that before you got there?
Yeah, right.
I didn't have a trail name.
You were like Googling beforehand. Like,
Hey,
how do you
Kick-ass trail names.
How to
No. So
how to
apparently
be
you
a
have
hiker in the
to.
Appalachian Trail?
So apparently you have to earn it or whatever. Somebody has to give it to you, whatever. I don't know.
Stickers has gotta
I
be
didn't
a
have a
good
trail
one.
name
Like
for
a native.
I didn't have a trail name for 1,000-something miles, and finally
Damn.
somebody. Yeah.
Is that like a long time to go without a trail name?
Yeah. People were like, "Hey, so what?" And they're like, "Oh, it's Petunia or freaking Tumbles or whatever." I don't freaking know. And I'm like, "I'm Jeremy." They're like, "Well, that's the stupidest trail name ever."
Like, well, it's my real name, asshole.
Well, I don't know. I have a trail name.
I haven't been endowed with a trail name yet.
Yeah.
So is it like it sounds like an Indian heritage thing.
Well, I think it's kind of like maybe, I don't know. I guess it's,
Rite of passage.
yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
was going to say. A rite of passage kind of thing. But I'm like, I'm just freaking walking
Yeah.
a long ways for a long time.
Right on.
So, but no, it was 100% very
Who
cool.
gave you the name?
That's cool.
I think the group of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just,
I
like,
pictured
you're
I pictured it's like you met like some lesbian out there freaking hanging out, just like you're like, oh hey, what's going on with you? And then she's like, oh, what's up with all these stickers? And they're like, oh, that's your trail name.
Well, I think they were waiting.
She's getting out of her Subaru
maybe
Outback.
maybe it's maybe it's a good thing that I didn't have a trail name because I'm like, maybe I didn't do anything stupid.
Yeah.
That to earn anything to, like, hey, shit your pants or something. I don't know. But
Poopy pants.
yeah, hey, poopy pants. So
Tummy sticks.
What? What'd you say?
Tummy sticks.
He gets cold in those mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess they just kind of like, oh, fuck, we gotta give him a trail name. Like, freaking stickers, I guess. I think that's maybe how it happened. I don't. It's whatever.
Damn. So how long? Like, when you found out the trail name stuff, like, they didn't give you like a timeline? Be like, oh yeah, you're right around like 500 miles is when people usually get it. If you don't have it by then you're kind of a loser.
No.
Okay.
No, it's just kind of, I don't know.
When it happens, it happens.
I guess. You know.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. It was cool.
That's cool. Now, we're joking, but that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's something that not a lot of people have done.
Yeah.
Walking a lot.
I would have came up with a way cooler trail name, but
Yeah, I wanted to come up with, but I couldn't give it myself. I'm like,
That's true.
Oh, okay. You can't
I'm
give
just
it to
like,
yourself.
whatever.
It's kind of like getting a nickname anywhere.
Yeah.
Where like, you're like, oh, here, my name's this. And they're like, oh, it's my nickname. Like, well, tell me the story of your nickname. Like, well, I just thought it was cool. Like, well, that's gay.
Yeah.
We're not calling you that because you can't call yourself. You give yourself a nickname. That's not how it works.
So you're talking about nicknames? So growing up, you know what my nickname was as a kid? Worm.
Okay. Damn, dude. Whoever's giving you nicknames, they need to figure
they
this
suck.
out. They do
What is
suck.
it?
They suck.
What's up
Yeah,
with
I
that?
think we
Did you
gotta
get
go-
one?
where did that come from?
Because
like now,
growing
I'm
up,
like,
dude,
I'm
I
interested.
was,
curious.
I was
intrigued.
like a beanpole. I was so skinny. So I went to basic. I was 140 pounds. I was tiny. I was a skinny little dude. And my stepdad gave me that name. He started calling me Worm. So my buddy to this day,
Jeez, your stepdad's a dick.
I know, what a dick, right? No shit.
Hey, worm.
Yeah. So my buddy to this day still calls me Worm.
That's
I
funny.
don't even know if he knows my real name anymore. Yeah, I'm just, what's up, Worm?
That's
I'm
hilarious.
like, fucking asshole.
Worm and stickers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Damn.
Whatever.
Probably need to
Yeah, we need to
Figure
up those.
something else
we
out.
need
We're
to up
gonna
that.
figure something else.
We need
out
to figure
for
something else out.
Yeah.
I don't know when we'd figure this out, but something will happen.
Yeah.
So anyway, so to recap, yeah, the trail was very cool. Probably the craziest thing about it is, so I finished August 27th, went back home, grabbed my truck in Virginia. I flew back down there, drove back, got ready for Operation Second Chance for my veteran hunt, did some hunting myself. And to this day, it still hasn't hit me that I did it. In the back of my mind, it's still like, oh, I want to do that. Wait a minute. No, I just spent 6 months freaking walking those freaking mountains. I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You did do it.
So it's weird.
Did you get a sticker at the end saying you did it?
You know what's funny about that? No, I didn't get no.
nothing?
Wait. Yeah, I should have got a sticker. My name's Stickers.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
Shit.
getting at, dude.
Oh no,
That should have been
So-
the sticker. It should have been a
so-
gigantic sticker that you put in the back of
So
your truck.
here I was on this mountain, and we just came out of the 100-mile wilderness. You're in Maine, so we're probably 10 miles from Mount Katahdin where it finishes, and 100-mile wilderness is exactly what it is. There's 100 miles for nothing. There's 100 miles of nothing. So anyway, so there's one hill, and you get a cell phone signal. So me and my buddy stopped there and stuff like that, and making some phone calls, checking texts and all that stuff. And so he calls his mom. And I'm like, man, I haven't called my mom in a while. I was like, yeah, I should probably call her. I've been meaning to call her for a couple of weeks, or when I'd go into town or whatever. And so I called her. I said, hey, how you doing and all this stuff. And I go, yeah, we're only about 10 miles from finishing and stuff. She goes, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. She goes, so is there anybody to meet you at the end, to give you like an award or anything? Or I'm like, no. Basically, I walk 5 miles up this mountain, take a picture by a sign, and then I'll walk 5 miles down, and that's it. I mean,
Damn.
that's it. She was just, so because she didn't really know and everything.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's not like graduating basic.
there's no parade. There's
Yeah.
no. It's just, I guess, a check of the
no
block
sticker.
and no sticker.
Damn.
I did get a little certificate from the Appalachian Trail Conservancy, but
I guess you could probably stick that on something.
I'm going to tattoo it everywhere.
Yeah. You should get, you know how they have like, guys get like their cross rifles fucking tattoos and stuff.
Cross trekking poles.
Yes. With a bunch of stickers on it. Hell yeah. Or like, like get those stickers, like the 26.2 and the little oval. You should get one that says like 2200 on it or something.
That'd be way cooler sticker. People are gonna. That's a conversation piece.
Yeah, 2200. What the fuck's that mean?
You're an idiot.
Like, oh yeah. If you don't know, then you don't know.
So this is how I. So so people ask me, ask me a lot about the trail, and so I felt homeless. Like, seriously.
Well, you were.
I was homeless for like 6 months. Voluntarily. I signed up for this. So it was almost like you get such a repetitive thing. So you wake up in the morning, you might eat something, you pack your tent, you put on your pack and you hike for 10, 12 hours a day, and then you do the same thing over and over. So it's like I woke up, I got an eviction notice and like, hey, you need to move. So I had to pack everything up, and then my truck wouldn't start. So I had to walk everywhere. That's kind of how it was kind of.
That was your mentality going into it?
Yeah.
Like.
Dude, yeah. I went through 7 pairs of shoes. Yeah.
Damn. Should have done moccasins. It would have been way cooler.
I should have done.
Fuck, dude.
I should have done a vehicle.
Can you drive the Appalachian Trail?
Yeah.
What the fuck, dude?
Probably be a lot shorter.
You just drove that son of a bitch. I've been so much sicker.
You can drive it?
No.
I mean, an electric bike, surely.
Electric bike. That's what Ashley thought you did.
No, you can't.
You biked that son of a bitch.
How'd
you charge it? How'd you charge your bike?
Here's another thing. There are some.
Yeah, right.
So there are a lot of parts of the trail, especially as you get up northeast, up in New England and stuff like that. It's not hiking. Like, I'm gonna go hike up the mountain. No, it's mountaineering. It is insane. Some of the stuff that you have to go.
Where's the trail?
Yeah, and so there's no. So the trail's marked with these white blazes, markings on trees, right? And they're like there's different trail clubs who maintain the trail in those sections and all this stuff.
They suck up there.
Some trail clubs do better than others. So like when you get up there in New England and stuff like that, the trees are a lot shorter, especially at higher altitudes. There's no trees. There's rocks. So people built these rock cairns, stacks of rocks, and like, okay, there's one. Oh, there's one. But like, think about going through there in the snow and stuff like that. And you're like, where the hell is the trail? Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So it can get sketchy. I mean,
do you have a map?
So I had an app on my phone. So it kind of it was actually a really cool and useful app. It's called Far Out, and
Sick.
So it'd show you the trail and stuff like that. But the key thing that we focused on was, okay, you could look on there as a water icon. So like 2.2 miles, there's water.
Okay.
We can stop at the stream. And the even cooler thing about so you can click on that water icon and then people can update. So like other hikers can go in there and go, hey, that stream's dry. Or like, hey, go to the next one. It's a better flow or whatever like that. So,
ways for walkers.
Exactly.
Nice.
So, so that was super useful, using that, but there's a blind lady out there hiking the trail.
What?
Yeah. She had a dog and she had somebody with her, but
okay.
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to do it blind.
She walked the whole thing?
Well, fuck no. I don't want to do anything blind, but
so.
you don't get to choose
But she attempted it, There's a lot of,
That's pretty badass, dude.
Yeah. So, but people, every walk of life out there, doctors, lawyers, college kids, retirees, came up behind some guy on the trail walking. I thought he was a zombie. He was just an old man, just walking so slow, but he's out there doing it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, dude, good for you, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so.
Uh-oh. Bitch is dying. It died. Well, so this is what we're trying to figure some of this stuff out. This is a bit of a trial run here with some of the equipment that we got, but.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah.
It's all right. That looks like the camera that was on you, so it's okay.
Yeah, right. That's fine. We don't need that shit.
No one wants to see that anyway. They want to see stickers and Chris.
Yeah, right. All right, so you got on the Appalachian Trail and doing this, so that's awesome.
Yep. So
cool.
it was very cool. It was very cool. He asked me, he goes, man, if I wanted to do it in a year or two, would you do it with me? I'm like, I told myself, I was like, the next trail I'm doing is the Bourbon Trail.
Yeah.
I think we do it, and we're going to raise money for veterans.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I would love to do that, but I don't think I can get that much time off work.
Yeah, I don't know that I can either, but hey, we'll figure it out.
It'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool.
You'd be
if you're
homeless.
doing it for, like,
Yeah.
it could be, you could maybe label it so it's part of the job.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe.
Let's take that to the board and see what we can figure out.
Right?
So he asked me, he asked me, he goes, would you do it again? I go, do it again like as a second time or do it again like knowing what I know now? Knowing what I know now, absolutely 100%. No question, I would do it again. That was probably one of the coolest experiences, and just, I mean, it's simple, you know, and you have so much clarity, and you have so much, it's like time in the tree stand. You have so much time to think about and reflect on things, and, you know, work things out in your head and everything. I mean, it's just, it's amazing just being outside, you know, in nature. But he said, would you do it again like a second time? And he brought up that, you know, doing it for a cause for the veterans and stuff like that. I go, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
Well, and there's just something like
I
refreshing.
don't know if my
or, like,
body would be
recharging.
happy with that, but
right.
yeah.
You might be fine, though.
I lost at least 46 pounds.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, I
That's
tell
pretty
everybody. Yeah, perfect.
You could either,
Dude, we
Are you saying I got fat again?
No, we could do it for vets.
I just got back.
It'd be like the new Jenny Craig.
Oh, man. Yeah.
either you can walk the Appalachian Trail if you want to lose weight, or you can get Crohn's.
Yeah.
That's what we've found out in this podcast if you want to lose weight.
Yeah, or go to boot camp.
Or go to boot camp, yeah.
I lost 65 pounds there. 13 weeks.
Damn.
Man, I gained weight. Well, I didn't have any weight to lose.
13
I had to
weeks.
say you're a worm then.
Jeez.
13 weeks. Dude, the best part was about boot camp, because in the Marine Corps, you can't leave boot camp with your uniform on. Obviously, the Marine Corps doesn't.
What?
You
What'd you
can't. You can't go leave and go to the airport in your camis, right? Like the
Oh,
Marine
sure.
Corps, like
Yeah.
you're not allowed to
Most-
do that.
yeah.
Right? Most people aren't unless you're on orders and
Yeah,
like, crazy.
or a loser.
Like the Marine Corps, you're not. It's very frowned upon if you stop and get gas in your uniform on the way home, right?
Unless you're on orders is the only time.
Right.
'Cause
But
you're
even day
official.
to day, like you leave base and you're going home and you live out in town.
Oh.
No.
Don't-
No. That's a no. Or again, it's probably changed now, but
Yeah.
I'll never forget. Like we're at the San Diego airport, and I went in 2:30, left 1:65.
Damn.
Right. So we're in the airport, and I'm just holding my pants. The belt won't go tight enough to keep them up, so I'm just walking around like an idiot. You go through the metal detector, and she's like, "Sir, I need you to lift your arms. Hold your arms up." I'm like, "If I let go of my pants, they're going to my ankles."
Let's see it.
She's like, "Well, I guess." So I'm in the middle of the San Diego airport, my hands above my head, and my pants at my ankles. I'm like,
Oh.
Enjoy.
this is awesome.
Yeah. All right. I'll
Yeah.
humiliate myself
Yeah.
for the TSA.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Perfect.
Fucking assholes.
TSA.
Jeez. That sounds about right, though. They don't care
yeah.
about you. It's TSA, dude. Once they get that little badge, they're like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Ever
in
since
charge.
then, I think I get the extra screening every time I fly.
They got my email.
Every time. Dude, there's no way that it's not. There's got to be
Nice.
You're on a
they
list.
scan that ID and they're like, oh, yeah, get this guy. I'm like, dude, on the way back, even. I'll go somewhere and on the way back, same time, like,
The guys that
How
have
is that
one
all on
time.
me?
Like, fucking one time, right?
Come
So
on.
that tells me they got my
Jeez.
email and my text.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fucking sweet. Now I'm just that guy.
Yeah.
Now I'm the guy that wears baggy pants to the
Yep.
airport. That's awesome. Well, all right, awesome. Well, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. You got hunting to do in the morning,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to do some wildlife watching.
That's right. At least maybe
You know,
get some birds
yeah.
before they head south.
Yeah, we're going
Watch
to
some of them.
do our best. It's been a little rough, but hey, it turned up a little bit today, so we'll see what happens. In the
Yeah.
morning.
I think they're out of lockdown a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
You never know, man. You never know when they're going to get off that doe and get after it
Just a
again.
snap.
So
Just the flip of the switch, man. That's
it
all
really is.
You're waiting for that one deer to make a mistake. That's all you're waiting.
Yep. You don't need to see a lot of deer. You just need to see the deer.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks a lot again for coming, Chris. I really
man.
appreciate it. This has been awesome, dude.
Yeah, we appreciate you having us, man.
Yeah.
Love what you're doing, man. Anytime we can help, just holler at us.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot for coming back on, Jeremy.
Absolutely,
It's been
brother.
great. I'm glad I messaged you and got a hold of you.
I know, right?
Made this happen. So
I'm glad I'm not homeless anymore.
Yeah, it's nice. You hang them trekking poles above your fireplace or something.
Yeah, I'll probably burn them.
Right on. All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, thanks, man.